The band Foo Fighters just posted on Twitter that their beloved drummer Taylor Hawkins has passed away. Hawkins was born in Fort Worth. He was just 50 years old. On that Twitter tweet, they're saying our hearts go out to his wife, children, and family, and we ask that their privacy be treated with the utmost respect in this unimaginably difficult time.
My friends, how you doing today? I'm not doing that well. I'm not doing that well. Listen. I woke up this morning. My wife comes in the bedroom and she tells me that Taylor Hawkins, the drummer from the Foo Fighters, has passed. And I got to tell you, I had a little bit of a breakdown, and I wanted to kind of record it because I find it interesting. I find it interesting that I can become so emotionally attached to a person that I've never met a day in my life. Okay, when Meatloaf passed, Michael Jackson passed. I had major breakdown. I think it had something to do with the breakdown I had a while back, and it just really affected me. It really affected me. And when she came in and announced this thing this morning, I'm like, okay, it's ironic because just a few weeks ago, my wife was asking me if you could see one rock band. We've seen all kinds of rock bands live. We've seen tons of rock bands live. If you could just see one more, if there was another band that you could go see live, who would it be? Who would it be? And I said the Foo Fighters. I've never seen the Foo Fighters. I've been a fan of the Foo Fighters ever since Dave Grohl started the band after he left Nirvana, and I find their music to be very joyful. Okay, coming from Nirvana with the lyrics and everything, with the intense grunge sound and everything, but then when the Foo Fighters came out, it was like an uplifting taste of something different. And Taylor Hawkins, it's funny because some bands they use their drummers as like a filler. It's like the drummer shows up, and the lead singer's gonna go in the back. He's gonna have his drink or have his rest or whatever because he's performing live. He's running all around the stage and everything. And then all of a sudden they give the stage to the drummer. And in my life, I've seen many drummers take the stage and sing and play their drums and do their, we're talking Kiss, we're talking, actually, I'm thinking the guitarist also from the Goo Goo Dolls. There's just these filler guys, these guys that come on the stage and they fill for the main guy, the Dave Grohl character. He's got to go off stage, he's got an issue going on, something going on, and now it's time for the drummer to do the filler. And he's one of the guys that I actually always looked forward to his performance. He would do Queen covers. His voice was amazing. He had an amazing voice. It was equal, if not better than Dave's. And I looked forward to see him do these cover songs or just the regular songs. And I gotta tell you, I was affected today. So I figured today would be a good day to do a Foo Fighter tribute to Taylor Hawkins. Here's my collection. Here's my Foo Fighter collection. But I'm gonna tell you, it made me physically sick. I mean, I just find it so odd that I got people in my life that have passed in my life that I've known. They've been with me. They spent time with me. They know who I am. They recognize me, and they don't even have like a fraction of the affection. Is affection what I'm looking for? I'm not affected. I'm not affected by certain passings. You know what I mean? But I hear about this, and she leaves. She goes to work this morning, and I'm in the bathroom, and I'm throwing up, and I'm having IBS. I mean, can we call it that? I'm losing bodily control over this man that I've never met a day in my life, that doesn't even know I exist. But I feel like I have such a loss because I'm never gonna see that complete band. I'm never gonna see him play the drums live again, and it really affected me. But I've seen him play live because I have I mean, forever I'll have this collection of live performances, and I'm sure that now that he's passed, the Foo Fighters are going to release even more stuff. I'm sure it's going to be all over YouTube now because he passed. I'm going to be able to see all kinds of news reports and all kinds of things. And the other thing, right away, you know, when you hear somebody famous dies, it's like, what did they die from? I don't even care. I don't care what the man died from. All I know is he was 50 years old. He had a family, and now he's not with us. Okay, that's all I care about. I don't care what the situation. He might have died of natural causes, but you know, right away people think the worst. But I'm not thinking the worst in this situation. I'm just thinking that how old I am. I'm thinking that life is very precious. You know, life is very, very precious, and you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. You're not promised tomorrow. You might not wake up tomorrow, and to wake up to something like this, it not only mind blowing and devastating and hurtful. It's like a wow factor. I mean, I just as soon as I heard this bathroom, and then I'm like, I'm gonna dig out my Foo Fighters stuff because this is gonna be a day of listening to Foo Fighters, just kind of like a morning celebration for the band and Taylor in general. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna spend most of my day watching drum solos and performances by him, those the Queen stuff, his Queen covers. Look it up on YouTube. I'm sure they're there. I mean, I know they're on the live stuff I have over here, but he does some Queen covers. His voice, his drumming. I mean, you put Dave side by side with him, and Dave was the drummer for Nirvana, and you're like, this is the drummer from Nirvana. Now he's the singer for Foo Fighters, and now we got a new drummer. You kind of in your heart, you wanted to see Dave drum again, but once this other guy took his place behind the drum kit, it didn't matter. It was like the band, the Foo Fighters band was just so tight, and it was my last. I think it was like my last band that I could actually think. I mean, the wife's going through the list, and I'm like, no, I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see this. I've seen them already. Once you've seen them once, you don't have to see them again. But the Foo Fighters was one. To me, it feels like the one that got away. And if they came around and they were performing live without him, it's I don't know about you, but it's the original lineup is the original lineup, and it just doesn't feel the same. You know, when Kiss got rid of Peter and they put Eric Carr out there, and then Eric Singer, yeah, it just wasn't the same. It just wasn't the same. It will never be the same. And Peter's still alive. They can bring him back, but this is just a real sad moment, and I was affected. So I was like, you know, should I do a celebration, my collection, to show you the love I had for this band, the love I had for these people. I mean, the whole group in general, not just Taylor, but if I woke up this morning and any other member had passed away, I'd probably be just as affected, because there was just so much going on. They got a movie that's coming out. I was so excited about the movie that was coming out, and now when I'm watching that movie, I'm gonna think that, you know, it was kind of like going to see the new Jackass and watching and realizing that there's no Ryan Dunn anymore. You know what I mean? Like, he's not there anymore. I mean, I know there was issues with Bam, but there was no Ryan. You know, and we know what happened to him, and it's just there's a missing piece. But it's odd. It's odd how affected I could be today by this thing. Like, she walked out the door, and I had my body just dropped. You know, it was like you found like a family member died. It's an odd thing because it's just odd. I mean, I could barely express myself, but I'm gonna show you my Foo Fighters collection today, and we're gonna pay a little tribute to Taylor, and comment below. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm at a loss. I mean, we're gonna do a rest in peace, or whatever. I hope the man rests in peace. I feel bad for his family. You know, it's just a sad day. Sad day that I didn't want to wake up to this, and that sounds selfish of me. That sounds selfish of me that I didn't want to wake up to this. All right. So first, Foo Fighters album is Foo Fighters. This is the first Foo Fighters release. I'm gonna go through these fast. This isn't one of these I'm gonna break down every song. You know these songs. I just wanted to show you my collection today, and have a little memorial for the man who I personally I think was probably one of the best charismatic drummers, live drummers I've seen in years. I mean, and I'm not just building this up because this is the day. This is just the fact that this guy could hold my attention while the lead singer was gone gives this man a lot of props. Okay, his voice, a lot of props. The drumming, mind blowing. Okay, his drum solo is mind blowing. Okay, Tommy Lee would flip around or whatever, and still the man just sitting there behind a small drum kit would still be mind blowing. You know, he didn't need the glimmer and the glitz and the he didn't need the what's the word I'm looking for? It's there was no special effects. There was no build up. There was no. It was just him behind a kit playing like a drummer should play, and the emotion and the feel and the looks on his face. I will forever remember like this guy's face. Man, is he became part of the kit. Foo Fighters. Colors and Shapes, their second album. Next one. Please forgive me as I go through these things. There is Nothing Left to Lose. Foo Fighters, One by One. Foo Fighters, In Your Honor. Foo Fighters, Echo, Silence, Patience, and Grace. Foo Fighters, Wasting Light. Foo Fighters, Sonic Highway. Foo Fighters, Concrete and Gold. And after hearing about this morning, this was the last album that they put out live, the last album that they put out, and because my collection is all over the place, I didn't file it with my Foo Fighters, and of course, as a collector, my heart's pounding. I'm like, dude, why did I not get this title? Why didn't I get this last one? Why didn't I get it? I know I got it. I had to get it. Why didn't I get it? Bothering me. I knocked over everything I had in here, pulling apart all my stuff, taking shelves apart and everything, and I tucked it away. And some Medicine at Midnight, their last release to date. I mean, there may be another one coming out in the works. I don't know. I hope so. Something that they've already put together with him, and it's going to be coming out. Some kind of tribute of some sort. Foo Fighters, Skin and Bones, which is it's pretty much like it's almost close to being like an acoustic set, and I gotta say, probably one of the best concerts I ever seen. I'm gonna try to go hand in hand with this, but I got the Foo Fighter Skin and Bones DVD. Don't think it got a Blu-ray release, but this is probably one of the, if you want to see the Foo Fighters talent, this is probably one of the best concerts to watch. The Skin and Bones one. I mean, a lot of people don't like acoustic stuff. They prefer to hear the hard rock versions of the songs, but to me, if you want to see the talent behind it, you want to see Dave Grohl with an acoustic guitar. You want to see Taylor playing and singing acoustically almost. You know what I mean? And it gets a little bit of a spotlight here. It's a great concert. Foo Fighters' Greatest Hits. These are a couple of, please forgive me, I would call them oddities, or, I mean, they do have barcodes and everything, so I don't know if they're foreign releases. I don't know if you want to call them, I don't like to say bootleg. I don't like to say bootleg because I don't like to buy bootleg CDs because the artist doesn't get the money from whoever put these things together, put them together. But let's just say that they were the only way for me to get these renditions of these songs. And this one is Foo Fighters B-Sides and Rarities. Reason why I was dying to get this one is because it actually has a cover of Bad Reputation. Have a Cigar by Pink Floyd. Band on the Run by Paula, Paul McCartney, Wings. But the biggest one was, there's a cover of, let me make sure it's on here, Darling Nikki, which is a Prince song from Purple Rain, and I was dying to hear the Foo Fighters perform Darling Nikki. It's one of my favorite Prince songs from the Purple Rain movie. And then we got, I picked these things up. These are Foo Fighters covers, B-sides, and rarities. And this also has a whole bunch of it's all cover songs and stuff. I'm a cover song guy. I like when the bands I love do covers, and this is the only way to get them. It's the only way that I know to get them. And this one is covers, B-sides, and rarities, Volume 2, and it's another album of cover songs. And then we have some DVDs. This is a Foo Fighters Everywhere But Home DVD in the CD case. Foo Fighters Back and Forth. This one was a little difficult to get because they only had a foreign release. I couldn't get it to play in my play. I had to order it twice, and finally I ended up getting a region free. Also, this is an amazing concert. If you want to see Taylor perform live, is this the one that has the let me see. I'm trying to look at the stacked actors. I'm drawing a blank. Live in Hyde Park, Foo Fighters. Foo Fighters Sonic Highway documentary. This was a 2-disc thing. I ended up getting it used. I couldn't find anywhere else. This was a great documentary type thing. And then we got one of their later releases. Later, I'm pretty sure it's the later one. Foo Fighters live at Wembley Stadium. Let me see. Does this have any of his? Let me see. Usually when they do the cover songs, they don't put them on the back of these things. They kind of just show up, and you're kind of surprised and happy. But this was kind of a fast video. This is kind of a tribute video. I just kind of a look at your life video. Okay, I mean, I just really can't believe that this is what I woke up to today, and I'm never gonna see this band perform in its entirety, and I feel a loss. I think that the rock world, okay, has had a major hit today, and it really affected me. It really affected me, and it's tough to express. It's tough to express that how a person that you, I said it before, but a person you don't know, you never met, he doesn't know you, you don't know him personally, but you know that there's now this missing spot in your life. There's a missing spot in his family's lives, and I know they didn't want to wake up to this. I didn't want to wake up to this. You didn't want to wake up to this. But this is the cards that life deals you. So every day, my friends, start and enjoy your life. Look at life in a different way. If you're not happy with what you're doing, make it better. You know what I mean? I'm not too far off from Taylor's age, and I think that's another part that hit me too, is that I got kids, he's got kids, and besides the fame and all the other stuff going on there, there's people that are affected closer, and he was one of these men that affected me and affected my life today, and tribute to Taylor Hawkins, and I will see you